Are you getting tired of just staring at a grid of faces on video calls? You're not alone. Well, Microsoft thinks there's a much better way. Today, we're diving into immersive events in Teams, which is their brand new vision for what virtual collaboration can be, something that actually makes our online get-togethers feel, well, more real. So let's see what this is all about.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You know that feeling? Video call fatigue? You're trying so hard to connect with people, but you're just staring at a flat, two-dimensional screen for hours on end. Look, it gets the job done, but it almost never captures that special energy you get from actually being in the same room.
And it seems like Microsoft has been listening. They're not just making small tweaks to the way things are. They're fundamentally rethinking what an online meeting could be. And the goal? It's all about making our digital interactions feel much more natural, much more human.
So the first big challenge is to move beyond that same old video grid we all know. The real problem has always been trying to recreate that feeling of presence, that sense of actually being in a space together, even when we're all miles apart.
And that brings us to their new solution. It's called Immersive Events. And the best part? It's not some separate, complicated app you have to download. Nope, it's built right into the Microsoft Teams platform that so many of us are already using every single day.
So what exactly is it? Well, think of it as a way for anyone to host and create their very own customized 3D virtual events. The key phrases here are user-friendly and fully integrated. They've designed this to get rid of all the usual technical headaches that come with this kind of technology.
But listen, this isn't just about cool 3D avatars and flashy graphics. The real mission here is about deepening human connection. It's about making people feel genuinely welcomed and actually present in a shared digital space, and maybe, just maybe, bringing back some of that spontaneity we've all been missing.
Now, if any of this sounds a little bit familiar, you might be thinking of something called Microsoft Mesh. And if you are, you're definitely on the right track. This is a really important evolution of that whole concept, so let's quickly take a look at how we got to this point.
This timeline shows a really clear transition. The older, kind of separate experiences like Microsoft Mesh and that basic 3D view you might have seen in meetings, well, they're being retired. They're being replaced by this single, much more powerful and fully integrated immersive events platform living right inside Teams.
And this chart right here really shows why it's such a massive upgrade. The old 3D view was a fun experiment, for sure, but it was really limited, just 16 people and zero customization. The new immersive events, on the other hand, are built for much larger audiences. They allow full branding and content, and you can schedule them just like any other meeting. It's a huge leap in what you can actually do.
Okay, so we know what it is and how it evolved, but what's it actually like to be inside one of these 3D events? What can you really do in there? Let's take a look.
For attendees, the experience is immediately way more dynamic and playful. You can use avatar reactions to express yourself, you can snap a virtual selfie with your colleagues, and you can still use the good old Teams chat. But the absolute game changer is spatial audio. Just imagine being at a party. As you walk your avatar closer to a group, their conversation gets louder. You can just drift between different chats, naturally, exactly like you would in real life. It's incredible.
And if you're a host or a presenter, you get a whole new set of tools to manage the event. You can actually guide everyone to their seats for a big presentation, which creates a real sense of occasion. Or you could bring specific people up to a virtual stage for a panel discussion, putting them right in the spotlight for a Q&A. It gives you so much more control over the flow and focus of your event. Now, you're probably thinking this must require a team of developers, right? But nope, it's actually a super simple no-code process. You just start with a template, easily add your own branding, drop in content like videos or even 3D models of your products, and then you just schedule it right from your team's calendar. It's really designed for anyone to use. All right, I'm guessing this all sounds pretty compelling. So what do you actually need to host or attend one of these? Let's quickly cover the essentials.
The main requirement is actually just for the organizer. The person who is creating and hosting the event needs a Teams Enterprise license. But here's the great news. Co-hosts and, more importantly, all of the attendees who are just joining, they do not need any special license at all.
And what about hardware? Well, it's incredibly accessible. You can join from any modern PC or Mac for a really rich 3D desktop experience. And for those of you who want to go all in, it fully supports MetaQuest headsets for a true, totally immersive virtual reality experience.
So let's just zoom out for a second and think about the big picture here. What does a technology like this really mean for the future of work and how we collaborate online?
What we're really seeing is a huge conceptual shift. Online meetings are evolving from being just a call that you join to becoming a virtual destination that you visit. It's a place, a space that you actually inhabit with other people, which is a fundamentally different way of thinking about how we interact digitally.
And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. You know, whether it's a huge company town hall, a new product launch, or just a global team building day, is your next big event going to happen in 3D? Because the tools to make that a reality are officially here. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.